Hello, you guys. Welcome to my page. My name is Amber, and tonight we're going to do a fun project. It's going to be cute. I always say that because I'm so confident that it's going to be cute. But you guys, welcome. Welcome in. So, it's been a week. So, I have to go out of town Monday. So, I've been preparing to go out of town all week. Like, who has to prepare for the entire week to go out of town for a week? I do, apparently, because, y'all, there's so much going on. But it's just timing. Hopefully we can see comments, because Facebook just did an update on my phone, and it's been a little garbage. Oh, I see Kendra. Okay, well, hopefully the comments are going to work. Hello, everybody. Welcome to my page. I hope you are ready to have a good time. There is a ton of links in the description of this video. Number one, you're going to be able to find the link to this craft kit that we're going to use. Hi, angry people. I see you. I see you, angry people. Hope you have a good time. I seriously do. I hope you have a good time. What was I saying? Oh, links. So there's links in the description. There's going to be a link for the craft kit that we're going to use. There's going to be a link to our one-time Crafty Crate box. It's Christmas, meaning you don't have to subscribe. You can just get the box one time. There's also a link to the bling that I'm going to use. We're going to use Totally Dazzled and probably a bunch of other stuff. But anyways, look at this, you guys. My order from Amazon came in the mail, and I am beyond excited. These are makeup sponges. Hey, Gina. Hello, Rosalind. What's up, friends? I see you. Hello, crafty friends. So I have a new name. Y'all, I can't help with my sarcastic self. Haven't caught you in a while. It's been a little bit since I've been live crafting with you guys. Hey, Barb, what's up? So, I was going to tell, well, I'll tell you in a little bit. Why do people got to be so angry? Sarah. Because they just do. I don't know why, but I don't really care. You enjoy watching my crafts? Well, thank you, Colette. So, here we go, friends. This is 500. Bow. It's a 500 pack on Amazon of makeup sponges. You've probably already seen it yourself. And I ordered them. It took me literally forever to get them, but they arrived. So, before we get started, y'all, don't forget to sprinkle this around. That means to pass it on, share it, to a friend, to somebody who you think is a craft lover and would enjoy what we do around here, which is crafting, chatting, decorating, all the things. Okay. Hey, Julie Bowen. I wanted to say I was going to be super funny, and well, not that I'm always funny, but I was going to say, hey, welcome to my page. It's me and my eyebrows. And then I was like, what if people don't realize? I mean, they'll realize pretty quickly that I have some eyebrows. Sorry, I'm going to get some of these here going. These are not, I feel like I like the Dollar Tree ones better. A new one. Oh dear. Yeah. Hey, you guys, you got a notification? Well, good. Facebook just updated y'all, and they've been notifying nobody. And I know I'm live later, but y'all, I made this kit today. So I had some people back during our Christmas in July. We did our craft kits for Christmas in July. Y'all, I'm going to need a bucket for these or something. I'm going to set them over here. And I need to get this other phone too. And they were like, do you not have anything else other than like Christmas trees and all the things? And I was like, you know what? I will make a Christmas, not just like some people don't do the Christmas tree. And so I'm trying to be mindful of those things. and be considerate of other people who may not believe the way that I do, but they love crafting and things like that. And so I thought, well, why not create something that was kind of festive and fun, but wasn't a Christmas tree, okay? So we did the Spindle Christmas tree, and tonight I designed this one. This is a spindle bell. Y'all, it's a spindle bell! And I am so here for it. So I gotta pull up my comments here so I can see myself. All right, let's see. Come on. There we go. All right. I thought you had Mastermind. No, actually Mastermind is next week. I leave Monday. So that's where I've been all week, is prepping to be gone. I've had to do a lot of, I've got to do all the Creative Haven stuff. I've had to, make sure that all these new craft kits were in the shop, ready to go. And, that we're good for me to be gone for an entire week, because y'all, it is the busiest time of year for us. So you guys, I love this so much. It's a Christmas bell. It's a Christmas bell. Sleigh bells ring. Are you listening? Love all the kits of the spindles. Right, Kelly? Okay, so I'm going to scoot you back. Hopefully my stand doesn't fall over. Ashton, what is up, girl? Ain't that cute? Let me tell you. Oh, somebody did a stars party. Thank you. I see it on my phone. I hadn't been able to see it before, but I see it now. Thank you for the stars party, whoever did that. You are the best. Please do not feel pressure or need to send me a single star. Facebook does that because it's a way for us to earn a penny per star. It's kind of like a tip. Again, 0 expectations, but if you would love to do so, you can do that, but not required, okay? Not required for admission. Love the bell. Okay, so the link for this craft kit is in the description. I will go ahead and post in the comments for the people who do not know how to get to the description. I just posted it there. And then, like I said, there's some other links as well. So tonight we're going to do this one. It does come with the back. It has a back like this, and it's it pivots, it moves, it does all the things. That way you can store it and put it away and all the stuff. So I've been inspired by my friend. Okay, she's my friend. Contrary to popular beliefs, we are actually friends with people who do what we do and who are our competitors. Okay, it's one thing to know that there's a competitor and we like respect each other. It's another thing when you're like not respectful. Okay. So, Danielle with Belle of the Barns is the spindle queen. If you know her, you know that I am not lying when I tell you that. I love everything that she does. I really have no desire to source and cut and split and do all the spindly things, but I do enjoy cutting things on a laser machine. So I was like, how can we do our own version? Okay. And I love it. Okay. I love it. So this is our version of the spindles. Y'all, I just ain't got it in me. I ain't got it in me to buy another tool. I ain't got it in me to buy another saw. I ain't got it in me. Okay. So I will sit at my computer and I will do all the things and I will make all the stuff. Okay. So that's what we're going to do. And, Belle of the Barns. Danielle with Belle of the Barns. That's who I'm talking about. She is the spindle queen. Lindell? Yes, she is. Yes, girl. Yes. Yes, she is. She is on here. Belle of the Barns. Danielle? No way. She's fantastic. I get to see her on Monday. I'm so excited too. I get to go see all my friends. I get to see Vanessa from I'll Be Crafty. I get to see Beth from The Ruffled Daisy. I get to see Danielle and Taylor from Belle of the Barns. And, of course, Damon and Parker and the wreath makers. Y'all, there's a bunch of wreath makers. And I'm not a wreath maker. Nancy and some other people. But anyways, so we're going to do this tonight. We are going to sand all the things. Hello, Tammy. What is up, you guys? How's it going? Does anyone know why we can't swipe away the comments? Facebook just did an update, you guys. I'm just going to go ahead and let you know. Facebook did an update. Danielle is awesome. If you swipe, it's doing all kinds of different things. See, it's just spinning. I don't know what Facebook is up to, but they keep making changes. They keep doing stuff. I don't really get it. But if you swipe, I don't have any answers. Oh, and then if you swipe, there's more videos. Y'all, they're doing stuff that I just don't understand. I just don't understand. So maybe that's because I'm seeing it as an admin, but oh gosh. I'm really sorry. Some people have the drop down. Oh, ho. How did I do that? How did I do that? I don't know how to get it back, but if I click that little button right there, bow, swipe and it minimizes it, and then I think if you click it and open it back up, they're back. Y'all, I don't know all the things, but I do know that I'm constantly reading about Facebook and trying to learn. I want to read the comments, so oh gosh. They've made some changes, okay, y'all? Anyways, we're going to start sanding, and we're going to prep this, and I am really excited. You can still swipe, May. Would be going better if I was at home and not at work. Tracy, girl, I'm at work, too. I am at work myself. I have been helping Zach pull orders to try to get us as... Y'all, we are filling orders as fast as we can. And I'm not saying that just to say it. I mean it. We are filling orders as fast as we can. And we tell everybody that it takes us a minute. Because it really honestly does. It takes us a minute. April has been helping as well. My sister. That is so dusty. It's okay. Smells like a campfire, though. She's been helping us get orders out the door, too. All right, that is prepped. Let me finish sanding the rest of these, and then we'll get all of our powdery dust out of the way. I just like to prep these. We don't sand these ahead of time. Like, we don't sand these for you because, y'all, could you imagine if we also sanded them? There's no way. There is absolutely no way. But this is our brand new Christmas kit launch. It is a pre-order. So we're shipping these. These will start shipping on October 14th. So if you want to go ahead and pre-order yours, you might want to do so now because we already have some limited inventory that we've pre-stocked. And it's going rather quickly. Okay. So I'm just going to let you know that. And as soon as October 14th gets here, we will be shipping these right on out the door. We kind of wanted to wait till we got a little closer to Halloween to start shipping out Christmas stuff. But I'm super excited. And we've turned off and have not restocked any of our Halloween kits. So if you missed out on those, we do apologize. But by the time we can get your order out the door, Halloween will be here. So the only thing we have in the shop right now is Christmas, a few everyday kits, like things for like everyday decor, and then of course Christmas. And then we are working on Thanksgiving and winter. And then we will also have Valentine's Day up pretty soon. I know that seems crazy, but y'all, that's just how we roll. We have to do it so far in advance because we have to manufacture all this stuff. Hello. We did not. Thank God. You guys, I was so nervous I was watching the weather the other night. I went home to have dinner with my family, and I sat down and was watching the Weather Channel, and I just was like, oh my gosh. First of all, I couldn't believe what has happened in Florida. Second of all, I was having a little bit of a nervous breakdown in my mind when I saw the cone of uncertainty saying that it was headed our direction. Now, I know, we should know by now because, you know, we live in this area, but you don't want to just assume that it's going to move, you know. That's the one thing I've learned about hurricanes is they tell you, prepare like it's headed your way. So we were overly cautious, watching the news, just trying to decide, okay, if it's definitely coming our way, we need to be ready for that. And then it shifted. Then it kind of shifted more towards South Carolina. Y'all, it is what it is. But you know as well as I do, if you live in the coastal area, if they say in 4 days from now it could be headed your way, you just have to assume that it could be. So I'm very, very thankful that it's not coming our direction. We've had a lot of wind. We've had a lot of high winds. There's a stuff out on our back porch that's been blown over. And then we had a little bit of rain. You're getting 35-mile-per-hour wind gusts right now. Girl. I don't think our wind gusts were that bad, but I'm telling you, be safe. And for the people, Talisa, my friend Talisa, you guys probably know her, and you follow her. Talisa, she needs your thoughts and prayers. My friend Renee from Faux Your Eyes Only, she lives in Orlando, you guys. We're like the Orlando area. Holy goodness. It's no joke. For sure. So many people have been affected. So many. My son, me and Dylan were looking online at the photos, and I can't imagine. I just can't imagine. I just knocked my wax paper in the floor. Let me go get my wax paper. I just threw it in the floor. Okay. 48-mile-per-hour winds. Gosh, that is crazy. It's crazy. Okay. Are we ready? So, let me go ahead and tell you what my plan is now that we've sanded all the things, okay? If this is not for you, this is my version of what I would do. Have you done these kits without sanding? I have. I don't like the way that they look without sanding. I gave an example, I believe, on the last video of what it looks like when you sand and when you do not sand. How the paint absorbs differently. The colors are different. I gave an example of the front and the back. And so I highly recommend that you do sand them. A light sand is good. I don't sand too much, but just a light sand on them is great. And then I'm telling you that this is how I am going to do this. And if you do not like this idea, it's okay to do yours your own way, but this is just something to inspire you. Number two, you do not have to purchase a craft kit for my shop to hang out with us and craft with us. In fact, you can just be here, take some inspiration. Maybe it's just different things that pop in your mind as we chit chat and craft, and you know, we use colors. Anything could ignite creativity and spark ideas in our mind. So I always say that purchases are not necessary, but these kits are in my shop, and we do sell products, and we will always sell products because we're a business. So don't be surprised by that. But I do want you to be inspired. So I'm going to do something a little bit different, but a little bit fun, because why not? And I'm going to do the background of this blue, and It is either going to be blue chiffon from Decor, or it is going to be spa blue. One is darker than the other. I think we're going to probably go with the blue chiffon on the background. I will keep this just in case we need it. I do have some antique wax. I also have some black. I have some graphite because I want to be able to shade and shadow, add depth and just fun to this. So I like to have some base colors for adding effects and stuff like that when I start doing these projects. And then, so background is going to be the light blue. And then my bell is going to be red. It's going to be the holiday red or Tuscan red. So one of the, I've got both of these, but they're kind of low. I'm pretty sure I'll have enough, but I'm going to do red on the bell. And then our spindles are going to be white, kind of mimicking like a candy cane. Okay. So the spindles will be white. We will obviously distress them, do all the things. And then I've got some gunmetal metallic so that we can add a metallic, you know, vibe to our loop, which we're going to put some raffia on here. And I really think that I need to look for some black raffia. I don't even know if they make black raffia, but that would have been super cute to like put on here. Because my colors are black and white and red. I'm still going with that. I try to do my same colors for like 3 years and then I'll like switch up colors. So my Christmas colors are black, white, and red. As of right now, that's the colors we're going to go with because this will be the 3rd year that we would do that. And so of course I've got the gunmetal. And then our bell, I was thinking of just doing it like black with a little bit of that gunmetal color on there. So we've got like the metallic doodad, the little handle circle doodad thing. And then the bell part, I thought of doing it like a black with a little bit of that gunmetal. So this is my idea. And again, if you don't like the fun, colorful, bright, whimsical, I think it's just really a cool way to do this. I thought, let's do this more festive instead of decorative. And this is also the alternative to our spindle Christmas tree if you are not up for Christmas trees, okay? So they're all cut specific to fit onto the bell so that you know this. Have you ever painted raffia? I have not. So these spindles are cut to where when you get them in the right spot, they line up perfectly. This one is actually got the slant cut on it so that it fits right up top, follows the curve on our bell. So you can kind of see that it's going to follow the curve. So you're going to know exactly how these go on, okay? And you can't get them wrong because they're all cut. Like this one's cut too. See how it's cut? It's cut perfect to the direction. This one also has got that curve cut for the part that it goes on. You can't mess up the placement of these. It's pretty self-explanatory. All right, so we're going to do our background. And I'm going to use a baby white. This is going to be so adorable, right? You could paint the raffia. I know, but I don't know that I want to. I thought about it. I have some black spray paint. I thought about spray painting it. I also thought about trying to dye it. But I've never done that before, and it was getting kind of late, and I was like, yeah, I probably need to get to crafting. You know. So anywho, like I said, I have been, I'm not kidding. So while I stain this with the Waverly wax, okay, it's just Waverly wax. While I stain this with the Waverly wax, I can't even talk. Let me tell you some story time, okay? So, I had to go to Indiana, came back, and I've been back a week, and now I have to leave again. Y'all, my life is just chaos and busy and all the things. So, that's why I've not been here a lot this week, is I have to go out of town. And I had some things I have to get done. I have to get done. I had to get all of our new Christmas kits done. Get them photographed. Get them listed. Y'all, that took me so long. And I love our new kits. And if you've not seen them, you should totally go look at them because they are so stinking fun. The most popular kit right now is the gingerbread girl and boy, which I figured they would be. They are absolutely precious. And I thought about taking them with me to Mastermind to craft them while I was gone. And I might do that because I don't have to take a hot glue gun, which is so fantastic, right? So I thought about doing that. And then I was like, well, it's pretty intense there at the Mastermind. And I'm going, will I have time? I don't know, but we will see. I have challenged Michelle. You guys, she's probably going to come live this week. My grandmother is doing okay. She's got home nurse coming in. She's got wound care taking care of her. I've talked to her on the phone, all the things. And she's getting older, you guys. It's taking forever for her body to heal. You ordered the Christmas couple and the snowman. Yes. So number 2 is the snowman. Number 3 is the large Merry Christmas gnome with the trees. It says Merry Christmas. It's the only 15-inch sign that we have. I have some other designs in mind, but we're going to try that one. I've not done a lot of door hangers, so I don't know how it's going to go, but I told people I would give it a try. And so we've got that 15-inch round, and it's doing pretty good. So Michelle has been challenged. She said she would go live for me. She's like, I will throw together a craft. I have no idea what she's going to do. I have no idea. She may do a craft kit and she may just throw together a craft. I don't know. I have enough stash over here. Who knows what she'll dream up. But there's a high possibility that she'll be crafting with you guys. First time watching you from Louisiana. What's up, Kathy? I have ordered 5. Hazel, girl. Yes. Thank you. That made my day. Yes, she's doing okay. I wouldn't say necessarily better, but she's doing okay. Yeah, Michelle has never crafted with you guys before. But she's a trooper. Can't remember how many kits I've ordered so far. Cindy, I will say this. In my shop, it tells me who my top customers are. And you are one of them, my sweet friend. And I so appreciate you. Like I said, I did a poll the other day asking how you shop my store and for feedback, if you use desktop or mobile. We're trying to revamp the shop and add I don't know when, so just patience. Probably in the new year, we will add some of these things because I just don't know that we'll be able to do it right now. But I really want to do a rewards program where you can earn points and coupons for when you shop my store. You watch Hocus Pocus today and it's so good. Hazel, I've not been home yet today. We went to dinner and I came back to work. So I am super excited. OMG, right? Super excited. So here is our board. This is what it looks like. Unstained. This is the Waverly Wax. This is not the burnt umber. So this is a lighter wood. And I think it's really good. So, and regardless, you guys, I just want to say, no matter how much you have ordered from my shop, every person is important. Every one of you are special and important and appreciated beyond measure. Some of you guys are brand new. You just arrived here. Cheryl, we do ship to Canada. And you can go put in your address and see how it works for you. And all the things, okay? So we're going to do the blue chiffon. I'm going to try it and we're going to see how this goes. Okay. I think it's going to be lovely. Got 2 craft kits in the mail. Yes. I'm so glad. So today, y'all, I would show you why am I staining before painting, because it's a thing. It's a thing. I need to do a video about why I stain before I paint and just like refer people to it. Maybe we'll put that on the blog. Normally we only blog our projects, but it might be a good idea to like do like frequently asked questions over on the blog so you guys have those answers. But I like, here's what I've learned. And I learned this because when I was a furniture painter. So I'm going to chat with you guys as I do this, and if it takes too long, you can always go back and watch the replay, because I like to utilize my time to, number 1, have fun time with you guys. Number 2, be able to teach you something that's helpful. And number 3, show you super cute projects like this and how I would make it. And 4, this gives me the tutorial example for people who buy this kit, so they have something to go off of. So one of the things that I learned when I was a furniture painter is some people, okay, we all have preferences, and some people don't care for like vintage or distressed or weathered, and they just love a solid finish. Some people would rather use paint to create a distressed look. I like to sand and do lots of layers, okay? I could do the staining of the undercolor. I could add a top color, add some depth, add some shadows, add another color, layer it if I want to. There's a number of things. But what I know I cannot do is paint this, and then I know that so in that one video, I'll have to find where that video is. I gave you an example of painting just the wood and the color, and then staining and then painting, and what the color looks like there. So for me, I like a richer color. I also like the undercolor to be a deeper color, because if I want to sand it, I can get that depth from the underside, okay? So for me, if I paint it solid and then I want to distress it later, and I wanted it to have the undercolor coming through and not the lighter color, then sometimes I have a problem because I didn't do it first. So for me, I'd rather go ahead and do it because I can't go back and do it once I've moved forward. Okay, I hope that makes sense. So if you have no intention of distressing, don't worry with it. If you want a richer color, you should probably do that. If you don't really mind, don't worry about it, okay? So I've learned through furniture painting, especially with painting furniture, that sometimes the wood underneath can release like tannins that can change the pigment of your paint, okay? Now, not to say that this isn't going to do that. Certainly it will. But a lot of times you can get yellowing if you don't stain or seal or, you know, something, top coat it, whatever. Some people who paint furniture will sand a piece of furniture down to the bare wood, and then they'll put a clear coat down, and then they'll paint over that so that it blocks like the color coming through. I just stain. I've always stained. If I sand down a piece of furniture to prep it for paint, I'm just going to restain it. I'm just going to redo it. I'm going to go in to make sure that my undercolor is going to be the color that I want to show. So I did a lot of distressed furniture. It's just, everyone has a style. So there's no requirement for you to do that. But I will tell you this. I always say, you have to learn what you like. Don't do things that I do because I like to do them. Do the things that you want to do. Okay, so if you don't like this, don't do it. But you're going to get a different result than what I'm going to get, okay? I want you to do what you want to do. And I want you to do trial and error. I want you to be hands-on, trying new things, cause and effect. If I do this, this is what happens. If I do this, this is what happens. Some people who are newly crafting like to set up example pieces. So they'll take a board and they'll stain half of it. And then they'll see what it looks like with stain and no stain and wax. I don't know if you've ever seen those. They're like a color swatches. So it helps you as you learn. And my mind is very like a visual, like I store pictures. So I can really kind of envision what something's going to look like as I'm doing it. So for some people, they can set up an example so they know, oh, if I do the stain and not stain and I put the red, white, blue, so and so and so and so, you can do the whole color wheel. You'll see the different pigmentations of color versus nothing underneath. And so that is something, if you struggle with a visual perspective of things, for you to set up like a board, like maybe a couple of things. You can get the Dollar Tree boards, the signs like this from Dollar Tree, and you can make your own little things, okay? So if you struggle with that, this is a solution to your problem, okay? So why do I stain it first? Because it's a matter of preference. It's what I envision. It's what I like. It's a style. It's a vibe. It's a feeling. It's in my head. And I don't know how to convey that to like explain why I do something. Because I just think that everyone knows. It's like, oh, you know, I'm just staining it because I'm going to get that effect, you know. And most people are like, I don't know. So I know what I know. But I need you to go and try and do these things, okay? So hopefully that makes sense. And I know it was a long explanation and an answer. But like I said, there's a lot to learn. Not just with like furniture painting, but y'all, there's a lot of crossover from being like a furniture painter or a canvas painter or just being a crafter person in general, okay? There's a lot of fun things you can learn. And you can develop new skills and new, you can work on perfecting some things that you've been challenged by. And practice makes perfect. So a lot of people start crafting and they're not good at it because they haven't done it. They're new, but some people are just natural, right? I was not one of those people that was supernatural. I had to do a lot of practicing. But anyways, hopefully that helps. Hopefully that helps. The leaves are from Dollar Tree. Yes. Them things were so stinking cute, right? Okay, so we're just going to paint this. And I'm going to go over it with my paintbrush. Just kind of like so. And I'm doing a little bit of like a weathered kind of, not full coverage, thick and thin in a few areas and stuff like that. So, if you guys go back and watch some of my older videos from when I had my store in Rankin, I did a lot of, they're very long videos, you guys, but I did a lot of teaching people how to do like faux finishes and how to get looks. And I don't know, I just feel like we can learn a lot from not just crafts, but actual like the skill, you know, the skill of painting. And that's why I always tell people when they see me, people always complain like, I miss your Dollar Tree crafts. Listen, I'm sure that you do, but don't think for 1 second that you can't still hang out with us and learn something new, no matter what we craft with, because I am an avid believer in we all can learn something new. What's up, Jean Jennings? How's it going? Y'all, I gotta get some more paint. I love this color. It's blue. I know people are like, girl, it's blue. How's the weather? It's actually the wrong color. Sorry about that. That is the wrong color. It's chilly. I'm wearing a sweater, obviously, because out of nowhere, it was like, oh, it's going to be cold. And that was surprising. Woke up today, and my husband was in shorts and a t-shirt, and I was like, dude, you need to go change. Go get your hoodies and your boots and your jeans, because, you know, we're having a fall kind of day. And I went and got my sweater. I went and got my sweater out the closet. I love sweater weather. So this is what I'm trying to achieve, and I'm going to sand through this, and I'm still going to go with a distressed look, even though we're going to do something a little whimsical. Hello, Ashley. What is up? What is up? Yeah, so I always say that anytime I do a live video, I try to create a free workshop that most people would pay money to attend, okay? So when people are kind of upset and they're like, I miss this, I don't, because I feel like you're still going to get all sorts of value and inspiration and know-how from anything we do here. So just my 2 cents about that. So I think this could probably use some paint in a couple of areas, but I'm going to let it be. I feel like it's a little thinner in some spots, but I'm using my better judgment, and I'm just going to say it's okay. And we're going to let this dry. So it looks kind of streaky. I don't know if you guys can see that. It's not full coverage. I left some weathery spots. Remember, our bell is going to cover this up a little bit. And we'll do our edges too. You can't fast forward because we are live. Thank you, Ashley. Appreciate that. Yes, it's been chilly here at night. It's been chilly here too. I think it's the low, you know, the high and the low pressure, or high and the low. I'm not a weather person, so I don't really know. But I will say that there's a low coming through. And I think that's why it's a little bit cooler. Hello, Lori. What is up, friends? So I know that you, okay, can we just have fun? Because y'all know how sarcastic I am. We're just drying paint, literally drying some paint. Y'all know how sarcastic I can be. Because I'm super sassy like that. Don't even hide it, okay? But we have a lot of fun. You can still be sassy and love Jesus, okay? For some people, it's questionable. But y'all, I am super sarcastic. I'm sassy. I will find ways that people will poke at me, and I will just make it into something fun, okay? And so, y'all, I've had a thought. So back in the day when I had my store, notice how I'm wearing a shirt that says Rusty Crew. Okay, this is a shirt that I actually sold in my store for 5 years. People bought this. There's people who still wear it. I've seen people out in my community still wearing my shirt. Okay, so my community was called Rusty Crew. Not because I did that, but because they did that. They wanted a name. Because back when Facebook Live first started, people were creating names for their communities. And so when we would be on live videos and I would be watching somebody else's video, let's say like Damon or someone, and I would say, hey, Damon, somebody saw me, they would type in hashtag Rusty Crew, and I knew they were a part of my community, okay? So that's kind of the history behind that. And Facebook was very much about creating communities, okay? They want you to create a community with your customers, your followers, your people. And so I was like, I don't know what to call everyone. So they said, oh, we should be Rusty Crew. So we did that. Well, then I closed my store. And then I was like, we need a new name. We need a new name. And so we became the Crafty Crew. So I was like, we should legally change our name. Okay? we should legally change our name because y'all know what I'm about to say, right? Story time. So, a few months ago, let me just tell you the story so I can make sense of this, okay? A few months ago, I did a video and I was trying to give the analogy of like family dynamics. And I gave the example, my sister was here and I was talking about like a tree. And I was talking about family dynamics and how we can all understand how to try to, you know, evolve our families. You know, I was a child once, now I'm grown, now I have grown children, now they have children. So, you know, the evolution of a family. And so my mind, being super visual, was like, instead of like the tree with the apples have seeds inside. And so my mind is going, it's not really an apple tree. Okay. I don't really know what kind of tree it is, but it's a pod tree. It's got little pods on it, right? And so my little pod pops out another little pod, right? So I gave this analogy of family. Y'all, that whole analogy has been twisted. And so my sister and I were like, oh my gosh, that's a brilliant analogy of a family. Is there little pods, right? Right? Okay. So I was like, you know what? I love that analogy. Well, somebody tried to make it negative. And I ain't got time for negativity. So y'all know how I roll, right? I be super sassy like that. I'm going to just go the extra mile, right? Because that's just how I handle negativity. I'm going to make lemonade out of lemons, right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the saying. So I figured we should legally change your name as my community to the Crafty Pod. And we'll just go with hashtag Crafty Pod. And I will be making shirts for anyone who wants to purchase a hashtag Crafty Pod shirt, because I feel like you're in my community of craftiness, okay? You can be in other people's communities of craftiness, and you could do all the things. And I'm not going to make you pick. I'm not going to make you choose. I'm not going to make you be for me or against me. I'm going to let you decide what you love in your life, okay? So I just want to legally change our name to the Crafty Pod, okay? So you're Crafty Pod, I'm a Crafty Pod, and we're in the Crafty Pod together, friends. And that's how I handle that one, because I will not let somebody take something that's meant for helping other people and twist it and turn it into something nasty and ugly and mean. I will actually make it fun, okay? So, hashtag Crafty Pod. This shirt will be replaced one day. I promise you. Anyways, I thought y'all would enjoy that. The Crafty Pod. Yes, Sasha. I'm going to set this aside. We're going to come back to this because I want to be able to, you love it, Fran? Me too. I thought it was fun. I told my sister today, I said, I really want to change my business to the Crafty Pod. The Crafty Pod. And in my mind, I closed my eyes and I was imagining like walking into a little like hut and like a cute little hut and like palm trees, and you know, you walk in and it's like so summery, and because you know I love summer, and it's got this vibe and this feeling, and it's like, you know, you walk in and it's like it's like a hut with a straw roof, and then you go in and there's like all these art supplies. I know my brain is super imaginative, and that's okay. That's okay. But y'all, it's like the Crafty Pod. Hey. Oh, Rhonda, I'm gonna make them. I'm gonna make Crafty Pod shirts. Trust me. No need to worry about that one. You love being a part of the Crafty Pod? Me too. I do too. I do too. So I'm going to stain this. You're going to need one, Jane. Y'all, I can't stand when somebody tries to take something and make it negative. Like, just come on. Grow up. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. And I have zero response other than I'm going to make a shirt. Are these there pina coladas? Yes. Actually, no, I don't personally, I don't drink. I know when I went on vacation, I posted like photos of like, I had drinks and they look like they were alcoholic drinks. Y'all, they were virgin drinks. I don't, I'm not saying that I haven't ever drank alcohol. I personally don't like it. I've never had a thing for it. I don't like wine either. I know some people are like, wine connoisseurs are like, how can you not like wine? I don't know. My taste buds are broken. But I do love a good pina colada. I thought we were a crafty crew. Did I miss something? Tasty, girl, I did. I did. I said something. You probably missed it, girl. It's all good. It's all good. You should have pea pods on the shirt. I'm trying to figure out what I would want. Because drinks the little umbrellas. You don't even understand how that could be negative. Girl. If you only knew, friend. Julie says, I'm a virgin drinker too. Me too. Me too. I mean, if there's a minimal in there, I might be able to do it, but y'all, I just don't. I don't know why. And I've never liked wine. I've tried wine. I have listened to people and they're like, oh gosh, it's so good. It's so sweet. You're going to love this one. My husband swears that a Moscato is the greatest. And I'm like, what? Ugh. No, thank you. No, thank you. I'm like, I don't know where your taste buds came from. Mine are broke. Broken. Debbie, the description of pods is perfect. Yeah. So, you know, here's the thing. I have said openly on my Facebook page for y'all. So I started my Facebook page in 2015. My oldest son, Zach, graduated high school in 2015. And I struggled with my oldest becoming an adult, going off to college, and I had a hard time. I'm not gonna lie, had a hard time. And we're not gonna paint all of this because we're gonna do the top of this is gonna go right up here. So I'm not gonna worry about the little ring up here, and it'll be fine. We're not gonna worry also about this bottom. Where's the bottom? The bottom part of our bell. We just really want to focus on the centralized area, okay? And so I'm using, I almost got choked. I'm using the Tuscan Red. Yes, the Tuscan Red for the bell. And I'm just going to use one of these makeup sponges from Amazon that I got in that hefty pack. And it kind of lays more on the sponge than it's soaking in. So I'm pretty sure we're just going to dab it. I don't know if I'm going to like these, but y'all, I bought 500. And I am going to show you on here the difference in stained and not stained. But anyways, while I paint this, because y'all know how that is, we're just painting. And I'm just dabbing it, just like so. I struggled with my oldest son growing up. You know, it's that transition of your first child. It's like the first of everything. But then once you do it with the first one, it's not so bad with the next ones. Have you ever noticed that? I don't know if you have multiple children like I do, but it was so much harder with my oldest, and then with my middle son and with my youngest, I don't feel like I've had so much of a hard time like dealing with the transition to having adult children, which is crazy to say because, you know, they're not children. It's our sons and daughters, and children has been widely used by most adults to define their sons and daughters as, I have 3 children. How many children do you have? Well, once your children become of age, they're no longer a children, right? So I've had to do a lot of counseling, okay? So I've had to do a lot of counseling, understanding in my own world the definition in my mind of a child and an adult. And so I try to catch myself, even with the little things, by saying things like, I have 3 children. And instead I try to say I have 3 sons, okay? Because I don't have children anymore. They're grown, okay? And so trying to explain the analogy of a family dynamic to people and how it works in a healthy way is me to explain it in the pod theory. Okay, so I have children. My husband, me and my husband, we have children, and we have our own little pod. It's our little bean pod of little beans, okay? And then my bean pod has a little bean that pops out and creates its own little pod, right? It's brilliant, okay? So then it's separate. It's separate. That's how I have to think about things. So context of why I think the way that I think is very different. Because y'all, we all got our own struggles, right? We all got our own struggles with life. And that's how I try to cope with the little bean pod. Has its own little pod. Okay? And now he, in his little pod, he's the bean, and he gets a bean. So he marries a bean. Then those beans have another little bean in their little pod. Okay? It ain't that difficult. It ain't that difficult. Of course we're calling ourselves pods. Oh, they're calling themselves pods these days. Of course we are. You know why? Because that's exactly how I explain it. Friends. That's how I explain it. I was looking for something. Anywho. Oh, I'm going to try this. And, so, if you're struggling, okay, if you're my age, I'm 44, okay, if you happen to be around my age or you have younger kids and you don't quite have like adult sons or daughters and you don't have any grandchildren, then you might come to the crossroad of like your brain has to shift from you're the boss to you're not the boss, right? They're becoming independent. They're going to fail. They're going to make their own mistakes. There's just life, right? So that's how I come about with this whole like analogy. I thought it was brilliant. All right, I'm going to show you an example of what this looks like, not stained. Okay, so here is our bell. Love the color. I'm loving the pop of red. We're going to sand this. We're going to do some distressing. It's going to be A-okay. This is the red on the stained brown, okay? Now, I'm going to show you what the comparison is on the back of the spindle without staining it. We're going to sand it on one side And we're not going to sand it on the other. Okay. So whoever was asking, I'm going to show you this example. As to why I choose to stain it first. You was late. You was hocus pocus. I know, I'm jealous. I'm so kind of jealous. So let me also show you the wipe method. Okay. So if I wipe this back, you can see the difference. If you were to stain it, it stains about the same. But we're wanting to paint this. Okay. And I'm going to show you what this looks like versus this. And you can already tell the difference. And it's literally the exact same color. Same sponge, same everything. And where I wiped it, do you see where I wiped right here? And then I tried to redo over it. Let's just go back over it right there in the middle, because that's where I wiped it with that wipe. And you can see the difference. You guys are crazy. I'm telling ya. Okay, so this is our stained bell, and this is not. So if you want to know why are you staining that first? It changes the color. And so my mind automatically is like, what am I looking for? What am I looking for? I'm looking for a richer color, or I'm looking for a brighter color. It's completely up to you. Okay. I wanted this, not this. So if I look at the two on my board, I don't want this one. This is very primary color, and I wanted more of a richer barn kind of red. There's a reason why we do everything. And the thing is I can't go back and make this brown underneath. Does that make sense? So if you want it, do it first. If you don't do it at all. Okay. So that was on the back side of that there spindle. So now you know why. And it's like a visual explanation. Okay. So anyways, let's go ahead on to the next part of this. And that's going to be our spindles. We can do our spindles. And we're going to do them in white. Okay. And I will sand this momentarily. We'll come back to that. We will do our edges and all the things. So we're going to do white. And I'm going to go ahead and leave this sponge with the plate and the wipe. Okay. And I just set them over here in front of me. Okay. I'm going to get me a plate for our white. And we are going to sand our spindles. Okay. So we're going to add the white. We are going to take our wipe that we have previously been using to stain, and we're going to go ahead and do all of our spindles the brown. Okay, we're going to go ahead and do them all the same. I'm pretty sure that's it. Yeah. And I'm going to use this here, Waverly. Couldn't get through the first episode. Creep me out. Oh, y'all. I was reading. Okay. Just because we like to chit chat around here, I was reading a post today that somebody made about that series, y'all. And apparently, the family did not know that that series was even happening. And I'm going to have a controversial discussion with you guys. Okay. And I'm open to feedback. I'm open to feedback because I have my own thoughts, and you guys probably do too. So I don't know how I feel about it, but I'll share what I mean when I say I don't know how I feel about it. There is something that I love about documentaries. I love documentaries. I love trial. I love like trial court channels. I love court TV. I just do. And I don't know why, I've always been intrigued by that. I've always loved it. And so I love to follow a documentary. I like to know like the history of something. And the post that I was reading today was talking about how they were like, don't watch the series. Don't make a celebrity out of this person. And I don't see it as making a celebrity out of them. I see it as, how do we understand how people's minds think, to know the warning signs to look for in a person if we don't hear the story. Okay? Now, I am all about people's right to privacy. Okay? Believe me, if anybody knows about that whole right to privacy, it's this girl right here. Okay? Because my privacy has been invaded for the past year. And I can relate and understand, okay? Now, I know that this series is not something that the victims' families want to experience. Somebody has told the story on Netflix, and somebody's making money, okay? Off the story. I don't know who, okay? Somebody is. And I understand that we all want to go watch the documentary. We all want to watch the train wreck. We all want to watch the things. Trust me when I say this, friends. I know all about that. I know all about that. Not that I want to know all about that, but I can understand. And so when I read this article, I was like, I don't know how I want to feel about that. Are we making a celebrity out of this Dahmer guy? Or are we using it to say, wow, this is insane. How did somebody not notice? Okay? How did somebody not notice? I don't know. But I also think that what if somebody is watching that and they're going, oh my gosh, warning signs. Red flags are going off in their own life. So I feel like it's good and it's bad. I don't know if I've only watched 4 episodes of that, and I'm just like, I'm so disturbed. I am so disturbed by this individual. But then it is a clear understanding that there are people who suffer with mental illness in this world. And it just makes me think to myself, gosh, I'm so glad that I go to counseling. Because, y'all, we got to cope with life. I don't know, y'all. I don't remember the documentary. I don't know if there was one, but the fact that there's a series, it just is so bizarre. It's so bizarre. And I just don't know how I feel about it. You just notice your badges are gone? Yeah, there's a new Facebook update. I'm pretty sure they'll come back. So I'm on the fence, okay, about how I feel about the series. I really am. Okay, we're going to use the makeup sponge and we're going to do all the things. So, yeah, this lady's post, I don't remember what her name was, but it just made me think. It really did. It honestly made me think about, like, how I think about things and what we are supporting. And I'm certainly not telling you what to do. By no means. Like I said, not telling you what to do. I'm not trying to say, like, anything other than it makes me think about how do I feel about this? Because I don't really know. But this is, one is done. We're going to do the next one. I need a shirt, the Podmaster. No, you guys, I am not the Podmaster. I wish. I don't even say I wish. That's not true. I don't wish to be the master of anything. But I do know that I have a very leadership personality. I'm a take charge person. I step in and just do stuff. And I think it has to do with a lot of things. Number one, I'm not one that follows like horoscope signs and stuff like that, but I'm a Taurus. Okay. I'm a Taurus. I am also a firstborn. And on the Enneagram, I'm a type 8. That's the number 8. Not an A. I'm not a type 8. You know, like people are like, you're a type A, B, C personality, type A personality, type B personality, or you're type C. No, I'm an 8 on the Enneagram. Okay. So if you don't know anything about any of that, when I tell you that I know all about myself, I am fully aware. And you should probably know all about yourself so that you know your strengths and weaknesses. You can, you are very aware of your own personality and you know how to better cope. So I don't know. But anyways, I don't necessarily want to be the master of anything, but I do want to be the best me that I can be and utilize what God gave me for whatever that looks like. And that's how I roll. Are you an 8 too, Allison? Or like, are you saying 8? Yes. No, I don't know a lot of type 8 personalities. Me and Dylan are both type 8s. Michelle, I believe, is a 9. April is a 9. I can't remember what my husband's type personality was on the Enneagram, but I for sure know that these are super cute. That I have to be hyper aware. You live there? You live there? What? Carrie, you're a Taurus and a firstborn? Stop it. I gotta know if you are an 8. Like, you gotta do the Enneagram. You're an 8 firstborn Leo. Oh, be so crafty. My son, Dylan, is a Leo. And he is an 8. He's not a firstborn. But, yeah, he's a Leo and he's an 8. That's why him and I clash so much. If there's anybody that I clash with more, it's me and Dylan. Me and Dylan, you would swear that sometimes we will get into it and we're like siblings. We're mother and son, and we will just come at it with our words, like, and it's like, do you want to go get coffee? Like, I don't even know, but we're weird. So weird. All right, I'm going to do the edges while this kind of dries. I'm not going to do all the way into every little crevice because I want there to be a little bit of that dark in there, but I am going to go around the edge. How do we find out what number we are? Nancy, great question. If you go online to, actually, if you give me, I've told this before. So when I was at Brooke Riley's business retreat last year, there was an Enneagram person that came and helped us to kind of like find our strengths and weaknesses, understanding our personalities. We were challenged to have like everybody that works with us take the tests as well. It's like an assessment basically, so we can know how to work better as teams. in like business, but I think it's so beneficial to like families and all the stuff that we understand each other's personality so that we know how to be better at relationships and coping skills and all the things. And I always say all the things because y'all know what I mean. It's literally all the things of life. And let me look it up and I'll tell you. I'm pretty sure that it is Enneagram. I can't remember her name. Believe her name is... What is her name? I don't remember her name, but I'm going to post it in the comments so you guys have it. And again, this is completely free. You will put your email in. It's going to give you like a preliminary result, and you can go in your email and follow the email, and it's going to show you like, I'll explain it to you in a second. It's very, here, just, there's a link. Yes, Kathy, it was last year, last June is when I went to Brooke's business retreat last year. Right? Yes. Yeah. So it's assessment.yourenneagramcoach.com. And that is the link. Okay. So let me tell you really quick. My results were what? So my results are here. Okay. So it says that I'm a type 8. And then if I scroll down, it's going to tell me the percentages of the likelihood of other types that I am. Okay, right there. Sorry. So I'm 89% a type 8. I'm 77% a type 2. Type 2. I'm 74. I'm very high in the 70s of a lot of these. Okay, I'm very strong personality. Pretty sure you gathered that. I'm a type 74% type 1. I'm 74% type 5. 71% type 6. 69% type 4. 63% type 9. And 57% type 3. So type 3 is a successful achiever. Makes no sense, right? I don't know. I guess because I'm not super competitive, maybe. I don't know. I haven't read all of these, but I'm very much up here. Like, y'all, I'm in the high 70-ish on a lot of them. So, like I was saying, if you scroll down, it'll tell you, like, the percentage level. And it tells you, like, what's the Enneagram. If you don't feel comfortable doing this, please don't do it. I don't want anyone to think that it's nothing, because people are like, that is not Christian. It's not. It's the different points on the Enneagram. There's 8 types of personalities, and it shows how they all connect. So it's not about a star. Okay. Like, I've had a number of people like reach out and were like, I am super concerned. It's a triangle and a so-and-so. Read the Enneagram. Okay. Read what it means. And this Enneagram, if you are not a Christian or a believer, there are times where this talks about your, like, God and how he sees you and what how he created you. I'm not saying it's Christian based, but it does talk about faith. So I'm just going to throw that out there. And like, for example, the power of the Enneagram is its ability to harness and transform self-defeating behaviors into life-changing personal empowerment. The gift of the Enneagram is that through self-discovery, one can create and sustain meaningful and lasting relationships with others, God, and themselves. That is literally the bottom paragraph right there. I'm just saying, like, it's completely up to you. I was just trying to, like, explain, like, you know, when I talk about certain things or I share certain stuff, it's because that's how I'm wired, you know? And a lot of people will say, like, how are you wired? I can't change who I am. No, we can modify, we can adapt, we can improve, we can work on. No one wants to change who you are, but we can certainly do good in trying to improve on who we are, right? So, there's that. What's up, Teresa Clark? Girl, what is up? How's it going? So y'all just go do some self-discovery. Go find out about yourself. Go find out, go ask your friends and family, like, hey, have you heard about this Enneagram thing? You know, do some reading. Start with your own self-discovery before you worry about other people. Can you just do that? Sometimes people like to find out things and they're like, oh, that is so-and-so. Don't worry about so-and-so. Worry about yourself and how you can improve yourself. And then through your own self-discovery of, you know, all the things, then you can share that with good intentions with other people that you know and love. And they too can also find this inner self-discovery as well through your help, because motive matters, right? Nobody wants to see you just coming at them going, you need to take this. No, they don't. You need to do it. You need to do the things for you. I need to do the things for me. And we need to not worry about all the things, okay? Until it's good for everyone. So I'm just going over these little spindles here. Making sure that they're good with the coat that I want for the distressing that I'm going to do. So anyways, hope y'all are having a fantastic Friday. I'm having a great day. Living my best life. We went to eat barbecue tonight, and I had roasted chicken, or rotisserie? Smoked chicken. That's it. Smoked chicken. I had smoked chicken. Just getting here. What are you making, Susie girl? Let me show you. Let me show you, boo. First of all, let me dry this. Let's see. You're late. Can I start over? Oh gosh, honey. Girl. No, because I'm already this too far in. But you can definitely hop on that replay. Okay? Because hopefully you're gonna purchase this craft kit and you're gonna do the things, okay? I'm going to show you. I don't want this to have white on my red. And I'm going to sand this. It's not hard. It's just the finishes, okay? It's just the paint finishes we got to do. So we've got our bell. We've got our board. And this has got the score lines. There's 3 score lines. We've got our bell. I'm just going to lay it like this so you guys can kind of see when I put these on. This one goes at the top. I'm doing it in like a candy cane theme. I'm upside down, so y'all just bear with me. And this one should go next. And find your edge. Y'all, that's super duper crooked. That's okay. It's just for an example purpose. The bottom part of our bell. Actually, let me just put this on here. This is, we have a Spindle Christmas tree. And I have some people who were like, do you have anything else for Christmas that's not a Christmas tree? And I'm like, well, I can make something, sure. So I threw this together today and made a bell. So this will go up here, okay? And this is our spindle bell. It's going to slide off if I do too much. And I'm showing you how I'm doing this for me. If you purchase this craft kit and you are like, this is not for me, do you? I'm just showing you how you can get different looks, things that you can consider when you're crafting this, okay? I'm doing a bright blue background that's going to be distressed. And I'm doing a red bell with the white spindles, okay? So candy cane. Try not to make it like religious and just more of like festive. Okay, so again, people of all walks of life can participate in our craft kits. You don't have to be like a celebrator of Christmas. You could just like to craft, and it could be just like wintry. And you could do like a winter bell with candy cane, okay? And it comes with the easel back, and we're going to do the little circle up here. We're going to do our bell bottom, and it'll be black, and then our top will be this. I've got some raffia to do a bow, and I'm going to distress it, okay? So this is the bell craft kit for Christmas, okay? And this is the link is in the description if you want to purchase this craft kit, okay? We will start shipping this October 14th, just so you guys know that, okay? And we're doing the orders in advance because, y'all, we get bombarded with orders. And, oh gosh, I want y'all to have the ability to pre-order now for Christmas kits. You know, just go ahead and get your orders in. There are, I believe, 30 or 38 or 39 new Christmas kits, and there is a ton of them. I went crazy with these designs, and I'm super excited for this one. So this is what it looks like. So if you were like, catch me up, this is it. Okay. This is it. So we're going to do all the distressing now. I'm going to start sanding. I'm going to do my edge. We're going to finish our bell. We're going to do our top and our bottom. We'll come back to that. And then it does have an easel back that will allow you to either prop it or display it standing up. You could hang it if you want to. It's completely up to you. And I will tell you that if you do not like the board and the bell, let me just go ahead and say this so that you guys have options, because some people don't know to go this route. You don't have to put this on this board. So you can actually tie a big piece of rope. You could attach this to a wreath. You can hang this on its own. You could put this somewhere. You could do whatever you want. It's completely up to you. But this can be used by itself, and you can craft with a board on something else if you don't like the two together. It's completely up to you, okay? Completely at your decision. All right, so we're going to do our edge with a sponge. And, y'all, I'm not kidding when I say I made this today. My son went with his wife. They went to the bank. They went to Kroger. They went and got groceries. We were going to meet for dinner. And so I'm like, well, I got some time to burn. Let me go ahead and get to making that craft kit that I said I was going to do and never did. And so I threw it together today. I took photos, put it in the shop, and here we are crafting. Can you only use 3 spindles? They are designed with the notches. So if you move this down, do you see how it shifts the width? It doesn't go to the edge. But yes, you could, if you wanted to, just use 3. Completely up to you. I was going more for this look here. But if you move it down, it's not gonna go all the way across. Okay? but you can certainly do 3 if you want to, and you'll just have to nudge it inward. You can see that it's a little bit, it's not a lot, but it's a little bit of a gap there. But yes, of course you could do 3. You can do none. If you don't like them, you can do just the bell by itself. And then for those of you who are like, I don't like that, you can just put these on like this on the board, and you can make what looks like the bell right here. And I'll show you that. And then you can kind of position these the way you want them to go. Put your little loop up top, put your thing at the bottom. You could even put you a little bit of twine here and hang it so that it looks like the bell. And you could do it just like this. It's completely like whatever you want to. There's so many ideas. It's really endless, honestly. Okay, so did our edges. Now we're going to sand this down just a smidge. I'm going to run through these score lines with my tool, my little tool here from Dollar Tree. I'm going to run through and just go down the score line. Basically what it does is it clears out that paint. And go through this one. And this one. Now we've just kind of defined our score lines. Now we know what to follow when we are sanding. Okay, so I'm just going to take my sandpaper, not this one. It's got stuff on it. We're going to take this one. This is just a piece that I had left over. And we're going to sand. Sorry, we're going to sand it. So, and actually, no, we're not. We're going to do it like this. We're going to follow along this side. There we go. So I'm going to sand right along the line. Give it a little attention. Just a little bit of attention, not too much. I like to get started lightly just to see how the paint responds before I go sanding a little harder. We'll come back to that. Just going lightly. And this is what it looks like. I really feel like I need to do a little more over here. Here we go. That's a little better. Okay, so now we are going to sand just like this. And I'm going the length. I'm not sanding in a swirl. I'm going the full length. Because my rougher grit sandpaper is scratching it to make it look like wood grain. So I want it to have a little bit of a wood feel. We're going to dust it into the floor. What's new, right? So it looks like this now that we've sanded it. And I'm going to focus on my corners. Just kind of like so. And then I'm also going to focus on the corner right here where this kind of meets. Just like that. So it's starting to round it like it's a piece of wood, like a plank. Let's knock that over. And I'm just going to where the line is, and I'm just kind of like focusing right there with like that corner. Just kind of like that. Round this just a little bit. And it looks like that. Okay. So just a little bit of, you know, attention to detail with your sander, and you can create some really fun illusions. Let's see, where to leave off? Right here. And let's do this one. Just kind of curving it just a little bit. I always say that it's always in the details of something on how you create a feeling of how you want something to look. So I'm going to do this other end down here and create that same look. It's kind of like you're erasing something. Joanne, just sand around my waist. Girl, me too. This menopause is like, where did that come from? It is what it is, right? Let's do this corner right here and do a little extra attention on these lines, and they're there to guide you. You don't have to focus on them if you don't want to. It is really completely up to you. Okay, it's completely up to you. If you don't like them, use this side. You could use the back. It's like magic, right? Cheryl, we did not, we've had some wind. We've had a little bit of wind, but y'all, I hate to even say anything because I'm like, oh, we had a little bit of wind, but y'all, there are people who lost everything. You know what I'm saying? And so I don't really know what to say. So here's our board, and I love it, right? So boring, not boring. And now you understand why we added the brown underneath first, okay? Now we're going to get an idea of what our bell looks like on here, because we need to know how we want to adjust that. I just blew that in your eyes, Julie. I am so sorry, girl. I am so sorry about that. All right, so now we're going to take our bell and we're going to do distressing on it. Okay, I'm just going to follow the flow of the circle of my bell. Not the circle, it's like the shape. Following the shape. So it's following the shape of our bell. Okay, so now you can take your sandpaper and just kind of create, because this is going to be all on the underside. So we add that spindle on to the top. You got to have that distressing under and right here, okay? And I'm just going to continue to take this and run it through. It's that look that it's got some character, okay? All right, so I'm going to leave this be. So we've got the bell going onto our board, okay? Now it's looking like it's got a little bit of, you know, dimension. It's not so flat feeling, okay? So let's let that sit over here. And then we're going to do our spindles. And then we'll come and do our bell part and then our little top. And then it's just kind of assembling it and, you know, finishing it off with, you know, just the bottom or the underlying stuff that we need to do. Yeah, I leave on Monday for the mastermind. So I'm leaving Monday morning. Let me see if I have another piece of this paper. Y'all, I'm going to use this. Use this. This is for my bigger one, but see, it's for the bigger. I don't use it anymore, so I've had these for a while. So I'm just going to cut them up and use them. That's what I did before with my older pieces. And just going to use that. And what grit is that? 80 grit. 80. All right, so we're going to sand our spindles. Just doing the edges, really. If I can do it, let me use my other one too. We'll go different directions. This is a little bit rougher, I feel like. All right, so now we're going to focus on our score lines. Just a light sanding. And now it looks like this. Them illusions. Y'all, I get into my zone of how I want to do things, and then I just get real quiet. And I just check out of the world. I'm sure many of you guys can relate to that. Gonna sand right in these areas. So it kind of looks like that. A little extra Bam. All right, let's get our bell. So this is our top piece. Go around our edge. And our candy cane, right? You love craft zones? Me too. Me too. It's gonna look real fun. Okay, y'all, it's gonna be awesome. I think this is gonna be one of our #1 craft kits. I am just saying. I have a feeling. Our Spindle Christmas tree, y'all, we sold, I want to say like 500 of those. It was insane. Insane. People are still buying our spindle tree. All right, so let's do sand. Let's do this here. And go this direction. And now we're going to focus on our little details. It's really cool when you think about it, like 500 people crafted our spindle Christmas tree. That is so fun. It makes you excited. Well, it makes me excited. And they're super easy and fun too. This would make a really fun like family craft night. Or like for a community center, or your girlfriends, your sisters, or just for fun. Just for fun. No reason whatsoever. That's always a fun thing to do for craft night. All right, let's do middle. With this one, you kind of have to focus like right there in the middle. And it's just like you're erasing, but you're not going really rough because you don't want to take off too much. You want to create that indentation. What looks like an indentation. Let's do the next one. Oh, we're getting really close. And then, y'all, if you're not in our new Facebook group, I made a Facebook group where I organized all of the tutorials for all the craft kits so that you don't have a hard time finding them, and you can go back and watch the replays, and like this replay will be in there, and all of our past replays are in there already. Like I've already organized it. And then we're going to be adding an insert into our boxes so that we can bring awareness, because we get a lot of people who ask, oh, I bought this kit and I would love to know if there's a video. And I'm like, well, not yet, but there could be coming soon. Some of these I just haven't gotten to yet. I just haven't had a chance to do all of them, but we're working on it. It looks so real. The name of the group is, just type in Amber's Craft Kit Tutorials, and it is a Facebook group that will come up right there for you to see. Where's this one go? Where's it go? Where's it go? Right there. Goes right there. And then in the guides, all the tutorials are there, and then they're also searchable by the name of the craft kit. Did you go on your trip? I did. Kath, I'm shocked that you just now got it. Well, I'm not shocked. I take that back. I'm not shocked. Facebook does not know what they're doing. They have yet to decide what they're doing. With their notifications. Y'all, I don't get notified for much of anything anymore. Okay, so I went the length with the distressing. And now we're going to focus on these marks. The score, like the score lines. And if you don't like the sanding, you can drag through your paint and take it out of the lines. So there's the sanded method or just the nothing. Just this little tool here, just going in the lines, and then the sanded version. I like the sanded better. It fits me better. But again, it's completely up to you. I just feel like it gives it more depth and dimension and all the things. So tomorrow's Saturday. I will not be crafting tomorrow. I'm hoping to sneak in a craft before I go out of town to the mastermind, which y'all, I will be there. I'll be traveling Monday. And then I will be there, like, learning all the things the entire week. And you probably won't see me craft again until Sunday. So, super cool illusion, but it's actually flat. There is no curves, right? It's fantastic. So like I said, love Danielle from Belle of the Barn. She is the Spindle Queen. And this is my version of the spindle crafts that I could make with my machine. And I hope you guys like them. I love her kits. I missed a spot right here. She does awesome, awesome stuff. Okay, that needs to dry before I put it on there. All right, let's do the last one. And we've got to do our other parts and make our raffia bow, and then we'll be done, which is so fantastic because I could not wait to make this tonight and then to show you guys what we did, so you guys could have an inspiration for, you know, our, like, what you can do in case you aren't sure. I love Christmas crafting. So close. Oh, if you're getting our monthly box, we ship them all today. And I put your printable bonus in the group. So you might want to go check that. Because it's super cute. Right there. It's like magic. Okay. Boom. How adorable. How adorable. are these? Bomb. Looks so good. Looks so good. All right, let's do our black and our gunmetal and our black. I ended up not using the lighter colors. No, that wasn't it. No, I used all my colors. Oh, except for the blue spa. I didn't use that. I didn't do it. So we are going to do the brown on these. And I just reuse it. Y'all, it's still wet. And we're going to paint it black, but I'm still going to do the brown. And I do need to do the outside of my bell, but I just don't know if I want to do that. I kind of like the way that it looks. Okay, so we're going to take this gunmetal. Edith, you joined the kit group? Well, good. All the replays are over there for you guys. I think you will have a better time finding it than before, whenever it was kind of like super kind of chaotic. All right, we're going to use this. I am going to go ahead and use this. And we're going to do that gunmetal over it and mix the two with a paintbrush. Where's the paintbrush? I'm going to reuse that paintbrush I just used the other day. There it is. This one. I'm going to reuse it. So we're going to take this. That's going to be black. And I'm going to do a base coat of this. It has a gray feel. And you could do this like a rusty color if you want. Just going to go over it. Could have probably used a sponge. But paintbrushes are fun too. And then I'm going to take a little bit of this gunmetal and mix it in. I really want like a lighter kind of silver, but not silver. Kind of mixing it while the paint's wet. I'm gonna sand it anyways. All right, I'm gonna go around. And then we're gonna go in the middle. Sometimes I like to mix the metallic paint with the acrylic paint. It doesn't makes it not so metallic-y. So it kind of looks like that. I have to probably touch up my edges. All right, while that's drying, let's do our black with a sponge. Black. Our bell part, I'm going to do black, even though we could probably do it like the same metal color. I just wanted to do black. So that's what we're going to do. And probably won't need a whole lot for this because black's pretty strong. And then we will sand it. Give it some illusion. Depth. Okay. All right, I'm done with that. All right, let's try these. And we got to do our easel back and our bow. I think it's so fun. I did a light blue on the background. If you don't really like the blue, it's okay if you don't like it. You could use scrapbook paper. You could use more neutrals. Could do a rusty bell, whatever you like. Okay, so now I'm going to take and sand this. Following the distressing style. Following that style. We've got our bell there, and then we're going to do this too. And we're going to add a little bling too. Oh, green, yes! A green, absolutely. We're going to take some of this and we're going to paint a little on our edge. Not a lot. And then on the inner part, it's just kind of giving it a little feel. I don't know how else to describe it than a feeling. Makes me feel like it looks like this, or makes me feel like it looks like that, you know. It's just, you know, in your head, really, honestly. Okay. So now I'm going to take these off and I'm going to do this top part here on the outside. And we're going to do our bottom part of our bell with the black. Let's do the inner, because, you know, we can see through there. It's probably important that we try to make it match. And the outside of the back. A little shine to it, so the light's kind of hitting it weird. There we go. That looks pretty good. Okay, I'm good with that. All right, let's dry it. And then we'll do, oh, we already did the edges of our, oh, we gotta do this down here, the black. What do I do with my sponge? All right, it's right here. So, all right, y'all, we're so close. Being done. Bottom of our bell. Okay, are we good? All right, let me put this stuff away really quick. Wow, and then we're gonna start to assemble everything and put our back on too. Let me get my glue. We're good. And if you don't like the tapping, turn your volume off. I know some people have like sensory issues, and I completely understand. I can't really mute it to stop that, and that's kind of how I help get this out, is by tapping it. So I'm not unaware of your sensitivity to sounds. I just need you to know ahead of time that that is what I'm going to be doing. Okay. Let me go ahead and move all of this off of here. Hello, everybody. My other phone died, so I'm sorry I haven't been able to read your comments because I'm looking down a lot. But I do see you, and I always check the replay. All right, so we are good with this. Got all of our pieces here. Just like to make sure everything's good and wiped off before we go adding our glue. Okay, so you want to line it up. Okay. Try to find the center line with the center of your bow. Just eyeball it, get it kind of close. Okay. And then judge the distance from the bottom to the top. If you want to measure that, you can. It's completely up to you. I'm going to go ahead and attach this to the bottom right down here with some super glue. Y'all, I like it better for these than the hot glue. Just personal preference, I think. The stuff you make, do you ever sell it? I don't sell, Debbie, my finished projects. I've never sold my finished projects other than when we did like our Christmas angel auction. And so no, I typically don't. I honestly don't have a lot of time to do. I don't have time to like y'all, I've already photographed and try to do the things with all the stuff I already have. I couldn't imagine then trying to manage to keep up with all the things. We do auctions. We have not decided when we're going to do an auction. And honestly, y'all, we are so disorganized this year because of like just the transition of life from building a house and being so overwhelmed with that. And by the way, if you don't like the spindles, you can just do a bell. Just do a bell. I would say a boring bell, but then I don't want to offend anyone. But you could totally just do a bell. It's up to you. But this is what it would look like if you did just the bell. Okay. And not the spindles. So now we're going to attach our spindles onto our bow. Okay, so just making sure all cleaned off. If you want to do extra distressing, darkening, depth, you know, all the things, you can do that. This one, bigger one, goes to the very bottom, and it is cut specifically for that. And you will know that when you line it up. Just like so. It fits right there, edge to edge, the bottom. I mean, that's kind of cute with just the bottom. All right, this one is the next one. Right here. And it is also specifically notched to fit there as well. I did the candy cane Santa, black and white and red, kind of color combo for this. If you're wondering about the color choices, that would be why. Oops. It is so three-dimensional. And you guys, it's just paint and technique. Like how we did it creates a look. Hello, Deborah. What is up, Deborah? All right, this one is to go right here. And we'll put that on. And it will go right like so. And this one goes up at the top. This is the one we painted the red on the other side. Just so we could see an example of what it looks like without staining or, you know, putting some sort of color on the board first. And the difference that you can get with just by staining or not staining it. And by the way, I think this would also be really cool if you did this like a Patriotic. We might bring this back for 4th of July for like the Liberty Bell. But for right now, the bells for Christmas works too. Okay. So now we've got our bell on here. And we can take and add more depth and dimension to our board. And I'm going to show you how you can do that. And I think it's always really fun to do it this way. And I have to find my brush to do this. For those of you guys who are still here, I love just different paint finishes, different techniques. I'm just going to use this paintbrush here and a little bit of wax, some dark wax, and my paintbrush and a paper towel. And so if you aren't sure how to do this, I'm going to show you how you can do it. Super easy. Okay, take your wax, put some on your brush, and swirl it like you're going to take it off of your brush. And it's going to leave a little bit behind. And you're going to take that and you're going to, almost like you're coloring around your edges of your board. Just like a little bit around your edges. And you can come right down your lines. I don't like to use straight, and I turn my brush too. I don't like to use straight wax. I like to, when I'm doing it like this, I like to like wipe it away. And you're kind of smudging it. And believe it or not, a little goes a long way just to add a little depth, like a little more character. And just, I'm turning my brush as I'm kind of swirling and going along. And just creates a little bit more. It's that depth. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't feel flat. Okay. And just a paintbrush, swirl it, swirl it, swirl it. check your brush so you don't have like goopiness, and lightly go around and just turn your brush as you're swirling. All in how you see it in your head. And if you see this and you're like, I don't really like that look, it's okay if you don't like something. I love things, and then there's other things where I'm like, I don't really know about that. I'm gonna need to think on that one just a little bit. So this side's been done, this side has not. Let's see, what was the question? I have some wax thinking it was brown paint, but what does it do? Get it and try it. That's how you learn. It's not, okay, don't take offense when I try to explain things. It's not going to come out and get you and be like, hey, this is what I do. Do you want to play? You kind of have to go, wonder what I can do with this, you know, and just kind of experiment and see the different ways you can use it. And again, paper towel, just swirling, dipping and swirling. And then just kind of go along, swirl and turn and twist, swoosh. Sometimes you don't know if it's too much. That's why I like to use the paper towel. All right, last side right here. And if you want to do this to your bell, you could do that too. I'm mainly going to do it on the backboard. See, I got a little too much right there. If you have clear wax, you can erase it. Oh, that was a little much. See, you get quite a bit of it off. Okay. All right, so here's our board. I don't have one to show you. Get clear wax. Oh. Let me find it. So Minwax, I think, has one. I have one from DIY Paint. Give me a sec. Where is it? I have a clear wax from DIY. The white wax too. Y'all, I don't know. What the heck? Could also use the Waverly wax. I don't know where my Waverly wax is, you guys. Where is it? Hold on. It's in here somewhere. Waverly wax, Waverly wax. Where are you? Where Okay, well, I have the DIY wax, and I don't know where my Waverly wax is. It must be inside. So Waverly makes a clear wax just like the dark wax. This is clear wax. Let me pop it. This stuff is made of like beeswax. Sorry, I stepped away entirely too long. This is clear wax. It looks white, but it's clear. And I've had this forever. I love DIY paint, by the way. I used to sell this in my shop. But if you get, I don't want to do it on the front of this, because if I do one spot, I have to do the whole thing. I store all my crafts in containers. And then I also decorate with them. No, I'm looking for a clear wax, not the dark wax. This stuff lasts forever. But anyways, this is Kilt's dark wax. And then we also have Waverly's liquid antique wax. And then Waverly also has a clear wax. I just don't know where I put it. It's somewhere. All right, so now that we've done that, so we're going to come back, and this is now what our project looks like before we go attaching it to the things. And if you want to deepen this up a little bit more, you can. Completely up to you. Now we're going to attach this onto here on the back. You can hot glue this if you want to. I'm just gonna use super glue because I like super glue. All right, so I'm gonna eyeball it and kind of go with it there. And push this on. Okay, so now you like a whimsical. All right, so we're going to take this raffia and going to shred it. If you don't like the raffia idea, you certainly don't have to use it. Just trying to think of neutral ways that don't overwhelm people. Oh, that is too much right there. All right. I think that's good. Okay. I'm going to cut this in half. About in half. With my scissors. And then I'm going to take and flip them and reverse the ends. This is kind of a blunt cut now, and I want to kind of move it from one side to the other and make it a little bit shorter to make our bow. Where is this one? Let's just go and bring it back over here. Okay, so we're just going to make a bow. So I like to tie it in a knot because I feel like that works for me. Like we're just going to tie it in a knot. Sometimes my bow likes to come undone if I don't. Just keep it like this and then go around that knot. I just feel like I get a better bow when I do it that way. And then I take my bottom part and then I usually will pull it to the middle, and then I like to kind of twist it to kind of bring it. Let's not go in all kinds of crazy directions. And then you can pull so I got to pull my knot through. Okay, so now we're going to take our loops and just kind of just make a simple bow. Y'all, I ain't got to be overdone. I don't want it long either. Don't like that piece right there. That's too long too. Sorry. Just going to shred a couple to make them smaller. Thank you guys for coming and hanging out on your Friday night. We're going to add a little bling. That is just driving me insane. It's too long. I can't stand it. This one too. If I can't get my loops to look right, I'll just cut them off. It's kind of cheating, I guess. Okay. All right. So, I'm going to glue this at the top. There. And then I've got some bling from Totally Dazzled that I want to put on here. I think that would be fun. And I probably should have used my hot glue for that, but I didn't. This will dry pretty quick. Oop. You know how you got to shimmy that? I have this one. I think it's too big. Which this would be really cool with a bling on there. I have an entire bag of stuff. They sent me this bling. I have so much of it. I will never craft all the things. But choices. We have options. I wanted a little sparkle with this. Thought it'd be fun. I normally don't do the sparkle stuff, but I thought, why not? Y'all, I've literally glued my finger to my raffia. You probably say this after every one, but this is your favorite. I say that too. They're all my favorite. I feel like I can't make a choice. It's too many options. But thank you. Appreciate that. For sure. Like, we could put that up there. Do this flower is small. Oh, that flower's cute. Those are bows. I don't want to do bows. This is, what are you? I think we're going to stick with, I kind of like this one. I feel like this one just has more of a Christmas feel. Yeah, we're just going to go with this one. I'll show you which one it is. It looks like that. Just a little sparkle. It is a lot of bling. It really is. Okay, so let's go ahead and glue. And put it on here. I'm just going to wedge it into my raffia. There's too many raffia pieces. So it's more of like an Americana Christmas. I don't know if that makes sense, but it's like, it's not traditional Christmas. It's certainly not like super, I don't know what else to explain, like what my thoughts were for this, but like kind of like if you have like Americana as your decor theme, this is something that might be something you love. Okay. They don't look flat any longer, but they sure are. So I wanted to add a little sparkle to our bling, or to our bow. And let me go ahead and do like some of these are entirely too much the same length. We need some layers. Create a wispy. So wispy, much better. I really wanted to do like a rag bow, but I tend to get carried away with my bows, and then it basically covers the entire project. Figured I probably should just take it easy on this one. But I told y'all I was doing something different. Like I said, if this color palette is not for you, you could make this totally different with just some different colors. And a different bow if you want to. You don't have to add a bow at all. Completely up to you. And let's go ahead and trim this one and that. Do you see what I just did? Got it hung up on there. I don't know what loop that was from, but it is what it is. But I feel like that's a little bit better. It's not too bad. It's not too bad. Fantastic. Okay, so like I said, you guys, this is my version of this craft kit from the shop. Okay, I made this as an alternative for you guys who are like Christmas tree people and you want something fun that you can do for Christmas. I think that, like I said, this could be farmhouse, it could be boho, it could be modern, it could be rustic, like super rustic. It can be like an Americana vibe. And there's a link also to the bling in the description. There is a ton of bling that you could craft with. And I just find that it's when it's needed. And I'm going to show you, give me just 1 second to get all this kind of cleaned off of here, and then I will show you with my camera what this looks like. Kind of up closer. Like that piece of raffia looks green. Thank you. We had a great chit chat. We did a great craft. I think we just had a good time. Let me try to hold this still while you guys kind of see what I was talking about. So as you can see, this is where I did that wax. This is where I sanded. This is where that sanding up and down, following that pattern. This is where I did not do full coverage. It really adds to it when you go to do like the finishing things. This is the bottom of our bell, that piece right there. These are those little notched areas that I did a little focusing on, so it creates that illusion. And a weathered look. And then all the way up through, that is how we get this smoky kind of, I don't know if you can see, it's raffia, y'all. Sometimes it just does not want to cooperate. You can see the different directions of how I painted it, how I sanded it. And this is our spindles and how we, the way that we sand our paint is what creates these illusions. Like there's notches and shadowing. It's all in how you use your sanding techniques to get these. See how it looks like saw marks? It's really fun. This looks like it's got some curve the way that we sanded it this way. And then we also went this way a little bit. It's in the description of the video, there's a link at the very bottom that says bling. So tap the screen and it'll say there. The way that I sand, in my mind, I'm imagining that this is a curve. This is pinching. And it's rounded. This is long and wide. This is got a lip here, and then it's got some character. This has got a little twisted something happening. This has got extra marks. And so this is what we have here. I may take the bling in the raffia off if I can find, I might do a different type of bow. Because I don't know that I like the yellow. I like this for the Americana feel because you've got that for sure. But if I wanted to make it more Christmassy, I would probably just add a Christmas snowflake bow and it would change this whole look just by changing the bow. This is not our Christmas box for December, our one-time box. No, this is not. Actually, I'll show you what it is. It is this one right here. It is these 4 kits right here, and I don't know which one this one is. That is the other one too. I don't know where I put this. Oh, this one is put together. If you go to the link, it tells you what is in the one-time box for Christmas. It's that right there. But I wanted you to see how cute this is. Like I said, this would make a really cute Liberty Bell craft for, this is why I wanted to do this when I had the idea, because it could be Christmas. It could totally be Christmas, but it could also be very patriotic as well. So if you wanted to make this Christmassy, I may recraft this and give a very Christmas example, but I wanted to do something a little neutral. And so we can take a Christmas tree and instantly it changes the vibe of how this looks with just a Christmas tree. Okay. So all of a sudden it feels very Christmassy, but then you could change it up and it could feel very patriotic. So just adding like a plant could then make it feel very patriotic and just very neutral. So there's a number of ways that you could use this that is very neutral for other seasons. So like I said, Christmas tree instantly gives it a Christmas feel. And I think it's super duper cute. Okay. Try to make our bow a little sadder. There we go. I feel like it was doing a little something too much. I don't really know. I'm going to take a photo of it like this, and then I'll probably pop off that bow, and I will probably add something. This is where we got to decide. What do we want to do? Pom-poms across the top of that would be super cute too. Like a pom-pom. That'd be fun. I need to get, I keep saying I need like more Christmas ribbon selections. I have more ribbon inside. Like, there's a star. This is kind of a, what? It's a whatever. It's a whatever's in here. That one would be cute too. This could be adorable. Like that could have been really cute to like wrap across the bottom. So many ideas. Let's see. Let's get that black and white. Although, a black and white would have been cute too. The black and white stripe could have been fun. A polka dot. This one could have been fun too. This is where I can't decide. I get super indecisive. These are black and then blues. That's just a white. And then what's down here? I don't know. I really like this one too, but I just don't know. There's brushes in there. The cotton balls. I don't know. Anywho. Oh gosh, isn't it so adorable? So anyways, let me do my thumbnail for Michelle. Because she's going to be like, girl, what is this one? It's this one, Michelle. Okay, we're good. So let me show you before we go. This is, was our September box. We just shipped out our October box today, and it's really, really, really fun. And I'm not going to show that to you because it's a surprise. That was our August box for the month. Okay, that one was really fun as well. And this is our Christmas one-time box. I am showing you this one. And I will probably just show you really quick before you go. Yeah, you could Velcro a bow for sure. I ordered Velcro dots too. Need a place to store crafting stuff. Yeah, I have a storage unit. Just store all the things. So, your one-time crafty crate for Christmas will include one of two of these. We also have scrapbook paper that will be in here. We have to, we're getting ready to do these boxes. And so, it's going to have, it could have this ribbon. It could have this ribbon. You just don't know what you're going to get. Okay. And there's no requests. This is our, one-time Christmas box, meaning you're not subscribing. You're just getting this one. But if you decide you want to get our monthly box, you certainly can. And I think that when you get your October box, you're going to have a fit because it's that fantastic. So, this is one of them. Let's do the wand and let's flip it so you can see that it says joy. And you will be able to put some bows on here and decorate this up super duper cute. Wouldn't that be adorable with the bell? I'm just saying. Wouldn't this be adorable with all the new craft kits in the shop? I think so. So this is it. It does not come assembled. You have to make it yourself. And then, so that's number one. The second kit is this one that you can use year-round if you want to. Completely up to you. And it is a lantern. And it goes like so. Okay, if you want to craft you a place where you could hang like a little tea light in there that's battery operated, of course. You want to hang something else in here that's kind of year-round. You could make your own little doodads. So there's one idea if you are not into religious Christmas. This is the second option. This is the first because this is what I mainly wanted to go in there. And you will get the parts to make this. It's been in this bag, so it's not wanting to hang properly, but I'm going to put it on here anyways so you can see how absolutely adorable that this is. Let me turn it. Let's turn. Okay. And let's hang it like so. So this is our ornament. And obviously we will position it properly so that it will hang right. But this is what, this is one ornament that you can hang in here. And if you're like, I don't like this, you don't have to do that one. You could choose from a tree or a gingerbread man, or you could do both and just switch it around. And this is your secondary ornament that you can hang on here. So you're getting two of these kits here. How fun. And then you're getting this one. So you're getting 4 different, so you get 2 little mini craft kits here, like these 2 little ornaments. Okay. You don't like the gingerbread or the tree. Well, you could just change up whatever's on this because it doesn't come assembled. And then this right here is this one. And then you get this one right here. So you're getting all of these in the one-time Christmas box. And that link is in the description as well. So now you kind of know. We normally do not show you what is coming in your box every year. It's been a surprise. And we wanted to change it up for the people who are like, I would rather see it, so they can have an expectation. And then some people are like, surprise me. Well, this is not a surprise this time. We're doing something a little different. And I think a lot of people like the element of surprise. And then there's a few of you who are like, I want to see what there is. And so this is what you're going to get. And we're going to do this on November 4th and 5th. If you can't make it to the workshop nights, then you could always do the replay. Okay. And your box is going to come to you. And we're going to ship you all the things that you need except for paint. We are not sending you the paint, but we are sending you all the embellishments that you will need for this in your box. Okay. And these will get shipped at the end of October, so that they arrive in time for you to craft with them on November 4th and 5th. Okay, so our monthly box is different. The monthly box goes out every single month. The price is cheaper on the monthly box. You're getting 1 project. It's typically 1 kit, for example. This one was our September kit that you got. The monthly box includes shipping. This box here also includes shipping. It does not, you're not going to pay any extra for shipping. Some people do charge like a small fee for that. We just decided not to do that. But this was our September box. Now it came with the words happy and full. I didn't add them so that I could keep it neutral. I showed them how we got all these paint finishes, how we made it look just like this. And they get to craft along. They get to do all the things. They get a box every single month. It is a surprise. They open it up and they're like, oh my gosh, either they love it or hate it. It varies. Some people are like, I'm not really liking this month's craft kit, but I'll go ahead and do it. Like, they're having fun. But, you know, there was a couple people who were like, I really don't like the truck decor. It's fine. We can't please everyone, but we do our best. But maybe next month will be your, you know, your favorite month. So that one was September. And then, like I said, the scarecrow was August. And then October, I will show you what October's craft box is. And I'm going to take it with me. And that way, while I'm gone, because our box will open for new subscribers on the 1st, which is tomorrow. And so we need to, you know, make sure that you have an example. So I'm giving you examples of what to expect from our monthly box. And this Christmas craft box that I'm showing you is also so you can get an idea of what to expect. And if it's not for you, that's okay. Oh, Lynn, the thing is I'm not stupid. You can't make everyone happy, but not everybody likes my style, but people, and it's not necessarily just my style. It's my, if you watched all the crafters or people who are crafty or have craft businesses or craft, you know, related businesses, everyone has, like, Talisa has a style. Renee has a style. Vanessa has a style. Barb has a style. Like, everybody's got their own style. And so I think that's what makes us different, but it makes us us. And so you take what we like, my craft kits. Let's say you like more of, you like my craft kits, but you like the way that Barb does her like styles. You can make it that way, which is so fun, right? Some people have a hard time connecting with the vision, and they just see what you do and repeat what you do. And then they're like, but it's not really my style. Well, what is your style? Make it yours. Make it yours. That's kind of the goal, is I'm showing you, if you want to go step by step and follow mine exactly, here's how you're going to get that. But the end result is for you to make something that you love, you know, and that it's your style. It's your vibe. You love it, you know? So anyways, thank you for being here tonight. Thank you for sprinkling this along. Thank you for all your support. And y'all, please go check out all the new craft kits in the shop. We are doing pre-orders for Christmas. They will ship out on October 14th. It's going to be so much fun. And I'll pop in and show you guys all the new ones that we've got. And this is our first Christmas launch. There will be another Christmas launch. We will also do a mini Thanksgiving and a mini winter. And then we will do a Valentine's, St. Patrick's Day, Easter, and spring. Those will all kind of go collectively together. And just so you guys kind of know what to expect from us. Now you know. And you're going to Las Vegas next week. That's awesome. Yeah, I'm going to have a safe trip, I hope. But you guys, thank you for being here. Thank you for our chit chat. Like I said, we're going to officially change your name to Crafty Pod. Hashtag Crafty Pod. If you're one of us. And I don't mean that like literally one of us. I'm not making you choose a side. I'm not making you pick. I'm like, that's just crazy. You do you. Go live your best life. But I just thought that it'd be fun. Check your email. I always check my emails. If there's something that you've sent me and I've not responded, then it's most likely that it's in line. I respond to emails in line. And I will do my best for that. So thank you guys. And no, Lynn, I'm not driving to Vegas. Wanda is driving to Vegas. Or flying or driving or something. Thank you, Julie. Yeah, so I'll pop in from the mastermind house. If you guys do not know, I'm in Damon's mastermind. I think it's fun too, Dahlia. I just think it's fun. We're going to have fun with it. And be blessed, y'all. I'm going to head home. I'll take photos. I'll post them. Facebook has updated. So I'm having some glitches right now in posting in some groups. So the the monthly craft box group, it's posting fine. But then in the Creative Haven, I keep trying to schedule a post and post there, and it's acting like it's saying I cannot post it. So your show it off post is coming from this week, and I don't know what's up. I think that there's just some glitch happening. I just updated my app yesterday, so I'm hoping that I can get an update on the app and maybe they'll fix it. But y'all, there's just some glitches happening right now with Facebook, and we just have to be patient. But y'all be blessed. Have a great weekend and happy October. And I will see you guys